In this example, we're given the weight of an object on Earth. We're also given the acceleration due to gravity on the Moon, and then we're asked, what's the weight of this object on the Moon? Well, we know a relationship between weight and acceleration due to gravity. Weight equals m times g. We're trying to find the weight, so we need to know both m and g. G was given, but what about m? What's the mass of this object? It's not 3.42 times 10 to the third pounds. That's weight. We need to get the mass of the object. In order to get the mass of the object, we'll use this equation, weight equals m times g, but we'll do it for the Earth. On Earth, the weight is 3.42 times 10 to the third pounds. We don't know the mass, but we do know that on Earth, the acceleration due to gravity is 32 feet per second squared. I obviously need to use feet per second squared here because we're in the English system. Okay then, now we can solve for mass. We just divide both sides by 32 feet per second squared. To make sure the units work out, let's go ahead and replace pounds with its definition, slugs feet per second squared. And we see that feet cancel and seconds squared cancel. When we work out the numbers, we find that the mass is 1.1 times 10 to the 2 slugs. We're limited to two significant figures because of the 32. Alright, so that's the mass of the object. That's the mass of the object on the Earth, but it's also the mass of the object on the Moon. Because even though weight changes from place to place, mass does not. Mass is always constant. So the mass of this object is 1.1 times 10 to the 2 slugs, regardless of where the object is. So, since its mass is always 1.1 times 10 to the 2 slugs, that's also its mass on the Moon. Well, now that we know the mass on the Moon, we can calculate the weight on the Moon. We go back to weight equals mass times g. We don't know the weight, but now we know the mass, 1.1 times 10 to the 2 slugs. We were given the acceleration due to gravity on the Moon, 5.3 feet per second squared. When you work this out, you find that the weight is 5.8 times 10 to the 2 slugs feet per second squared. Well, remember, slugs feet per second squared is the definition of a pound. So the weight on the Moon is 5.8 times 10 to the 2 pounds. Notice how much lighter the object is on the Moon. The object on Earth weighs 3.42 times 10 to the third pounds. The object on the Moon weighs only 580 pounds.